Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always... The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got the hook up to Floyd. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Freeman looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
No gain on the dump off. It's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Freeman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Off the play fake. Freeman. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 71 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A run through the starters defensively for the Texans. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And complete to Zach Ertz. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Set. 60 or. Game situation. Let's go. Fight.
Back to throw here. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
50 minus 50. Here we go again. Keep grip.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh.
First down and goal to go.
Come. Ready?
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 3rd and long. Freeman. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Clear. 30 base.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on.
Ready.
I think he likes natural light best.
Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That time a 6-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. He can really smell 800 catches right now, because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards.
Ready?
It's 2nd and inches.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Minus 50, minus 50.
And let's pin the mirrors back. Go.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Come on.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Go, go, go.
2nd and 4. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver?
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On the draw, here's Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. They'll set up a throw.
Partner, I know where.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And now out comes Houston. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Ready? Looking to throw. It's caught by Sanders. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
and a loose football, and the Texans scoop it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's first and 10. This one caught by Crowder, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the pylon, caught. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. It's a second down run with Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Amari Cooper with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Freeman. And he's got his man on the out route. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Let's go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Freeman. And he fires one, but incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll go again with Sanders. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
A 4-yard loss.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2nd and 5. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Freeman. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Back to throw. Freeman. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Gator. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Now.
This thrown quickly out to Cooper. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
I got you. I got you. Shoot.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mecole Hardman. his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will be taken about the 12. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent.
Here we go, set. 60 out more.
On first down, it's Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a second down. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of the team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
They'll look to throw. It's caught. Cooper. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Freeman. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, Freeman. And he fires one incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again, Freeman. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Freeman. Wide open receiver, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Freeman. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Freeman. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Freeman. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Freeman. That's complete right around the 8. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Freeman. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And the stats on his game, they really tell the story. A strong start. I don't know that the defense has really changed a whole lot as opposed to maybe just sticking to that game plan and shutting him down now.
I like where you're going with that because normally we talk about adjustments and drastic changes in a game plan in order to shut someone down. But in this case, maybe they're just sticking with what they worked on all week and they're just making better plays. And so far, they've got to like what they've been doing in the second half.
And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
You can't block me.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Let's go.
Ready? 10-2 start.
First down.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
First and 10.
Switch.
Hit it.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Ready? 15.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Philadelphia, the win form is number 6 on the year, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.